You remember a couple of weeks ago when I told you about that Dutch guy who wanted to be 20 years younger, so he took it to court to get his age changed? And I said, hey, that's a stupid idea. Well, guess what? The court ruling came down and, the court said it was stupid too. Welcome to the FWOT Show. I'm Rob Steele. That's Jesus Jones in the background. And this show is not going to be happy in places, especially where we're starting off, which is Pennsylvania, where a grand jury report on sexual child abuse. See, this is not going to go well. You can tell just from the way I say that. Child sex abuse case. They've decided to keep the names of the 11 priests who have been indicted on sexual abuse of children charges. They're going to keep their names secret to protect their reputation. I'm sorry, fuck their reputation. They raped kids, remove their genitals, and kick them off the fucking planet. You want to go on to something lighter? Yeah, I do too. Let's move on. Rudy Giuliani took to Twitter recently talking about the President of the United States. I have to say Rudy Giuliani that way. I'm sorry. Anyway, he got on Twitter, talked about the President who loves his Twitter. Shame no one loves him in the same way. Anyway, Giuliani, trying to get in under that character count thing, decided against the concept of putting a space or two like you're supposed to after a period. So what he put in Twitter was Mueller filed an indictment just before the president left for G20. In July, he indicted the Russians, etc., etc. That's not the point. What he put in was G-20.IN. That Twitter recognized as a URL. It's a link, and if you click it, G-20.IN goes to a website that says, and I'll read this in its entirety, Donald J. Trump is a traitor to our country. That's the headline on this website, G20.IN. Giuliani got hijacked. And this, I think, fully demonstrates the reason you took the typing class back in, 6th grade, 7th grade, somewhere in there. You put spaces after periods, two of them. I've got my daughter in college where the professor says, it's only one space after a fuck you. It's two spaces after a period every time. I don't care if you're on Twitter or not. Get the hell over it. Moving on. There's not a whole lot to go on this week. I'm just letting you know that now because this is one of the last stories. I am, however, working on a special that's coming out Christmas Day. It's going to be a mystery. It'll be a lot of fun. In the meantime, this segment of the show could give you some ideas for Christmas presents. But what I want to know is, which is the bigger oddity? Because they're both kind of weird. The first one is Oreo. That's the cookie. You know the cookie. Oreo is releasing a record player. Confused? That's okay. You should be. Basically, it's a little cardboard box with a turntable on it, and you put your Oreo, the cookie, on the turntable and move this little plastic arm over it, and it plays the music that's on your Oreo. No, it doesn't. Because the Oreo spins and the little arm moves toward the middle like a record player, and it plays your Oreo. No, it doesn't play your Oreo. And the nifty thing is, if you take the Oreo and you take a bite out of it and you put it back on the player and spins again and you put the arm over, it plays a different song. That's so incredible. It doesn't do that. It's not real. It'll play a song, but the song is not on your Oreo. That's oddity number one. Oddity number two comes from the world of the NBA. More specifically, an NBA trading card company called Hoops that I don't think they've existed in a long time. And quite frankly, I may have this card somewhere. It is, I believe it was a 1990 NBA Hoops card of New York Knicks guard Mark Jackson. This was uncovered recently. Actually, lots of people have it. The oddity was uncovered recently, because it shows a picture of Mark Jackson passing the basketball. I was going to say making a pass. That makes him sound like Trump at a basketball game, and it's not. passing the basketball with the crowd behind him. And hey, look who that is in the crowd. It's Lyle and Eric Menendez. And they had to figure out when the picture was taken. It was between when they killed their parents and when they were arrested for it. See, that oddity alone made this card go up from, 15 cents a card to $15 a card. If only I'd made the investment or cared enough. Although I am curious to know what you think about those. Which is the bigger oddity? Let me know. Contact me through the website, thefwotshow.com. There's buttons for Facebook and Twitter and email. It's all on the website. There's also buttons to subscribe to the show on, let's say, YouTube or iTunes or the Google Play Store or a myriad of other places, because it's all over the place. And you should have subscribed by now, hint, hint, and passed it along to your friends. Again, hint, hint. That's what the share buttons are for. Hello. And while you're there, go ahead and click on the little shopping cart. It'll take you to the Coil Entertainment shop, where you can pick up things like t-shirts or baseball jerseys. Those are new. I like them. Or pillows. That's right, there's a FWOT Show pillow. I like them. They're very comfortable. And they should get to there in time for Christmas if you buy now. Hint, hint. I'm just saying. Anyway, all the money raised goes to support everything on the Coil Entertainment Network, and we appreciate your support. In the meantime, I am going to go back to one of my favorite bands. No, not Rush. The other one. That's not Jesus Jones. Those are actually, my two big bands. This is the third one. That being 9 Inch Nails. Love Trent Reznor. I think he's a spectacular guy. Not that I've met him. But when he does things like this, for example, last week, Trent and the band were in Texas. And Trent called out Ted Cruz. Kind of. You know what? I'll let him say it.
Voted for Ted Cruz. See, the lights aren't on. I can't see. Can someone, is there any way to turn the lights on? I'd like to see. Go ahead, raise your hand. You guys. Nothing to show me. All right. Just checking. He might be here tonight. He was bugging to get on the guest list, and I told him to f*** off. Well, we put him on a few years ago. He drank all the beer, and he's just a pain in the ass to be around. So, all right. I won't hold it against you.
He drank all the beer. You know what? That kind of sounds like it would be Ted Cruz, doesn't it? Just saying. Anyway, have a good week, everybody. We'll see you next time.